Hey everyone. This is the first live stream I've done on this channel, so let me just welcome everyone here. I don't know how many people show up to this thing, but I figured I'd give someone a chance to show up and give me some tips on what they would want to see in the future on this live stream on this channel. So I've been thinking about whether it should be like a history video or science video or just philosophy, things of that nature. So I would like to see what kind of stuff you'd like to see, and got some guys in the chat here. Hi, Strawman, and hi, Silver Wolf. Do you have any sort of wish list as to what you would like to see on this channel? We're obviously not talking about the normal on Doom videos here. So it's more of a science or history or philosophy or something a little bit more serious. So anything like that you'd like to see. Okay, so Strawman says, to be honest, I'm not sure what the focus of this channel is. What do you want to do? Well, that's a good question. The first thing I wanted to do, obviously, was science videos, as the name of the channel implies. But I really like doing the history videos. So it sort of grew to encompass that, and then I did that little philosophy video. So yeah, I guess it's just my sort of channel for making more serious videos, and I've never really put too much effort into it, so it's not even big enough to monetize at this time. So I figured, yeah, I it's never going to get to that point if I don't actually do anything with it. So I should just talk to you guys about it and see which one of those videos that I've put up on this channel do you like? Was there anyone that you liked more or anything like that? So let's see here. Silverwood says sociopath versus psychopath with nature versus nurture effect. That's interesting. Now that'd be psychology. Obviously, I'm not trying to say that I am a scientist or anything. Everything that I do here is just my layman's research position. I look into it as much as I can, but that would be interesting to look into and figure out nature versus nurture. Obviously, I don't think anyone has the correct answer to that, but yeah, that's an interesting topic. Sociopath versus psychopath. Is sociopath actually still used, or I don't know if I dreamt that, but I heard someone say that psychologists don't actually use that term anymore. Would that be true? But obviously, they're fascinating people that can just live without, even if they're not classified as sociopaths anymore. I'm not sure if that's true, but still, it's like fascinating. How could you live without a conscience? Well, is that even possible? It's kind of like being a machine. Let's see here. Eddie scientist wannabe says, I'm a scientist. All right. Why is it a wannabe after then? Let's see here. Is there anything you already know a lot about that you're interested in? Well, that would be film, but obviously, this is not a film channel, and when I go home from work, I don't want to actually do more of that stuff, the technical stuff of it. You know what I mean? So I'm not really looking to start a film channel. Let's see here. They are not in the DSMV book. Right. Okay. So I didn't dream. That was not a dream. Yeah, but that's a very good idea. it would be interesting to look into it and just try to almost like try to put yourself in the shoes of a person like that. How would you do that? How would you function? Because most of us have that right from wrong, and our unconscious is going to tell us, like, you fucked up, you better make that right. And by doing that, that sort of keeps us from not becoming a total idiot that people hate, because you can't really function in society if everyone just wants to kill you. That's interesting. Let's see here. So very few people know this channel. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I should put some more effort into it. I really haven't, but it's always like disheartening when you do, or when I do a video like this. Very few people watch it. It gets very bad ratings, everything. I still love doing it, and I still feel a sense of pride when I do it. But yeah, it just doesn't get any good ratings. Let's see here. Strawman says, I wrote a paper in high school about serial killer mentality. That was a bit of a research, and I think it would be cool to see expanded on it. Maybe that's more Aiden Paladin. Yeah, she does something like that, right? I'm not sure what her credentials are, but like I said, I'm not trying to present any like this is a definite truth. I'm a scientist. I just want to like find an interesting topic and find an angle to just talk about it, have an entertaining video about it, or just yeah, just to do something that people enjoy watching. I'm not trying to prove any points. So the point of the video would be to make it entertaining, not to just sort of, I'm going to find out the ultimate truth of life and the universe and everything. All right. Let's see here. It's called antisocial personality disorder now. Okay, that sounds very politically correct. Why would you want to be politically correct to people who have no sense of guilt? That's interesting. Like, yeah, they're antisocial, but aren't you just antisocial if you don't like people? Isn't that just like, I'm what do you call that? Just a misanthrope, right? Interesting. 10-ish years, let's see here. Astral Rising says 10-ish years working in a psychiatric hospital and have dealt with people like that. You don't have to put yourself in their shoes. Oh, you don't want to you don't want to put yourself in their shoes. Yeah, I guess. But if you're going to write something that would be interesting, I guess you'd have to try at least, right? You'd have to try to put yourself in their shoes for a second. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, they're bad. They're really bad people, evil people, and that's nobody wants to watch that, right? So you'd have to sort of try to. I mean, I remember seeing a documentary about this guy. He was researching sociopathy, or I don't know if it was sociopathy or the other one, but and he was like a really high level researcher. I don't remember his name, but he was doing MRIs and trying to figure out what makes these people sociopath and all that stuff. And then he figured out, holy shit, I have that. That's the exact thing I have in my head. And he didn't kill anyone. He had never been even arrested for anything. And he saw that thing that is a common thing for all sociopaths. I have that too. And I was like, huh. And then he started talking to his family like, yeah, well, you could be a fucking asshole, that's for sure. So, yeah. Let's see here. Looking at what you've made, thought the repugnant conclusion was most interesting. Right. Okay. It's cool. It's my first attempt at doing something outside of history and science. Let's see. I've enjoyed how well you debunked flat Earth theory with light reflection. Was that flat Earth though? Was that like it's not like a guy doing some contrails or something? That was a long time ago. Being a robot in Eddie scientist says being a robot in the sense is not even animalistic either. You just do what you're being told or programmed to do. Yeah, that's true. So maybe a robot is not a good word for it. Animalistic actually sounds more of a descriptive term for it, wouldn't it be? Right. Ideas or things, for the main part, forgotten. Don't know what that was referring to. Wholesome Fox Boy. This channel is a YouTube Easter egg. Yeah, kind of like the forgotten one. Astral Rising. Psych went full PC years ago. I guess that sounds true, even though I'm not that well versed in it, but that sounds true. You know, Gasai says, "Love your sexy voice." All right, thank you. That's not the conversation though. Oh my God, you have a long name. Says agreed. I don't know how to pronounce that. That is like something in German with Waffy at the end, so it's something with war or the armed forces. A great way to start the year, listening to Undoomed, master of Bene Gesserit voice. Right. That was, that's like we're talking Dune, right? I remember that. All right. So that's an interesting idea with the psychology there. Anything else? Weapons of mass destruction. Is that your name in German? That's what that means. Messenvernichtungswaffe. Something. It's not. Did I pronounce that really good? Right. That was like totally German. Let's see here. Oh my God, Law. Did you watch CIA UFO video? Oh, you mean the one that's been making the rounds? Yeah. I was underwhelmed, I would say. It was like, if I'm talking about the same one you are, it's like, okay, that could be anything. I didn't think it was like that spectacular. That was like, okay, that could be a smudge on the lens, or it could be fucking anything. Could be another plane if you have a camera that can track that well, because it looked like it was stuck right in the middle. Maybe they have cameras that can do that. They could just track. So the thing is absolutely stuck in the middle. But if you don't know whether or not they have that, it looks suspicious, because it's like, really, that thing is just exactly stuck there. But I don't know how good their cameras are at tracking. Maybe they're perfect. So yeah, I don't know. See here, Astral Rising. If you're really curious about psych or things like that, you can tell a bunch. I can tell you a bunch. Short of violating HIPPA or doxing myself, namely where I work, obviously. Sure. If you have any interesting points, just hit me up on Twitter. Hopefully you have the same name there, and I'll just DM you. Ryan Rawlings says, yes, Dune got the Dune reference. I did. Remember that. Happy New Year, Undoomed. I am down for anything you want, not picky. All right. Well, that's something. I'm sure I'll be able to please you then. Um, what else is here? This is not going to be a long stream. I will be streaming again on my main channel in a little while. So just let you know. So any other suggestions I should think about? The CIA thingies and psychology thingies. That's most pertinent things. Eddie Scientist, there we go. Yeah, what is this channel anyway? Exactly. This is just my secondary channel for more serious things when it's just not, doing my usual comedy, owning, debunking, whatever you want to call those type of videos. But this is just for we're trying to be a little bit more serious. I just don't want to always do the typical undoomed shit. Although I love it. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, sometimes I want to do the other stuff as well. So I figured I would create a channel and then upload all the series videos up to this channel up to such a point where it had enough subscribers to maybe it would be worth it to run it separately. Let's see. Science, medical interest, weapons, robotics, all of the above. From Silver Wolf. Is that Trey Silver Wolf, right? Science, medical interest. Well, that's such a huge area. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you could talk about in that area. It's just you have to have an angle. Like you have to have some sort of specific target. This is either like bullshit or this is very interesting, but you still have to know what that thing is. Robotics, I don't know. It's hard to put a finger on what would be a very interesting video without actually, like, if you're working at a robotics company that they're making these robots that can actually walk upright, that'd be interesting, but I don't work with that. So I'm sure there would be interesting topics in there. I just don't know a whole lot about that. What science field do you geek out the most in? I would probably say just astrophysics, but I know that that is a field that you really need to know a shitload to make a video that isn't just completely like kindergarten level. I really love watching any type of astrophysics documentaries or read books about that, but I fear that it's pretty easy to fuck that completely up if you're not a real scientist. And I don't want to claim that I am, and I don't want to fuck it up like that. So I don't know, but maybe there are areas in there that are well within my grasp in terms of not fucking it up that I could do videos on, because I do want to make it, I want to take every precaution to make it true and not just be bullshitting about stuff. So yeah, maybe if I could find something that is interesting but not so complicated that it's well outside of my layman's reach, that would be interesting to do, because like I said, that's what I geek out on. Let's see here. I like science videos, but history is a bit more interesting to me. Maybe science history from Strawman. Yeah. It's an interesting point. Like, just when you said that, I kept thinking about, like, what's his name? Fleming, who invented, um, that the guy invented antibiotics, right? Something like that. That's kind of interesting. I hope I'm not mixing that up with the guy who discovered DNA now. But I think that was the guy who invented antibiotics. Let's see here. I would say to broach the subject of artificial intelligence and potential cataclysmic events might follow a singularity level event. Oh, that's interesting. That is a very, very tough subject, isn't it? Like, that could go either way. Jesus Christ, that's scary. That's scary shit. I mean, if they always say, like, there's nothing to worry about, and you always keep thinking about yourself, but, well, what about when they fuck up? Because we all have computers that fuck up. They're not like these perfect things that they're supposed to be. So, yeah. That is the singularity certainly could kill us, but I'll put that on the list. That's interesting. Let's see here. What else? I got it. Wine reviews. Fuck no, I hate wine. Maybe whiskey reviews. Make a video on whatever you're interested in. Well, that's basically what'll happen in the end. A YouTube scientist. Yeah, that's exactly what I don't want to be. So that's what I'm trying to stay away from. Most of the science community isn't cunty. You can try at least. You mean like they're approachable? Is that what you mean? You do more history videos. I really enjoyed the last one. Yeah, like I'm just doing this to try to figure out what to do. So more history videos is certainly something that I will do. I'm just trying to structure up what to do first and what to put my priorities on. So we aren't going to be talking about the habits of the trout. No. I'm not a trout scientist, so certainly not. Fleming with penicillin, right? Good, I remembered correctly. Yay! Watching how far robotics have advanced in 2 decades is interesting. Sarcos and Raytheon have changed things up so much since I worked with them. All right, you lost me with those names, but if you work with robotics, maybe those are household names. Trout as a species are particularly susceptible to hubris. You guys. That's funny. Try to avoid anything purely speculative. Yeah, pretty much. Or, you could just say that this is fucking just my speculations, or this is like, I'm not saying that you can't speculate. You just got to say, like, this is fucking speculation. Then you can do it, right? If you say, this is just, I'm just thinking off the top of my head right now, then sure. Just don't try to say that these are the facts. That's basically the way I see it. Let's see here. Hey, I'm just throwing things out. I'm doomed. Exactly. That's good. That's good. That's the whole point in this little stream here. Try a video on multiverses or dimensions. Well, that would certainly be something that I would geek out on. I'm just not sure that I could contribute anything to that, not being an astrophysicist and everything. So, yeah, that'd be awesome, but I'm not sure about my abilities to do that. Again, it's about finding something that is where you're not just bullshitting, but you can still find something interesting to say that's demonstrably true. That's what I like to find. Let's see here. Maybe you could make a video about what you think of the craziest idea ever attempted, like Project Orion. What was Project Orion again? From General Jack Ripper. Let me know what Project Orion was. Let's see here. I'm actually Blaze Foca. Hey, I'm doomed. I'm actually going to school for astrophysics. If you need any help, I'd be happy to offer any knowledge that I have. Cool. Just, hit me up on Twitter, like I said before. And just mention the stream so I know what we're talking about when you tweet me and get you in the DMs. Thoughts on the electric universe theory? No, I am not well versed enough to throw anything out there about that. Melissa Rapp, the process of alcohol and the myths about it. The process of alcohol. You mean like what happens in the body? I guess we all know what happens in the body, but yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of myths about it. So I guess that would be more of an interesting video because, yeah, everyone knows what happens with alcohol. So that could be interesting. Foot Fungus Fred says, strange inventions of World War I. Oh, I like that one. Like, the first tank, that must have been a pretty strange invention back then, at least. Obviously, it's not a strange invention right now, but when they first saw it, they must have been horrified. Like, Jesus Christ, what is this thing? So in that case, you'd have to delineate, is it strange now or was it strange to them? But yeah, that could be interesting. History of chemical warfare. Well, isn't that just World War II? I mean, World War I, basically. Didn't they just outlaw it and try to not use it since then? But I guess maybe they used it before. I have never looked into that. So in that sense, it's interesting. If there was anything before World War I. The advancement to come out of war. Holy shit. Where would we be without that? That would be like, we'd still be at the Stone Age or something. So yeah, that would be a shit ton of stuff. But you could probably make like an interesting top 10 list or something if you want to do that kind of video, like the top 10 inventions of war that we couldn't live without now. So yeah, let's add that to the list. There have been advances in natural language processing insofar as sentiment analysis, but in general intelligence, there haven't been any breakthroughs recently that are pointing to the singularity. Right. Yeah. It doesn't feel like when you're talking to Siri that she's going to be in any way, shape, or form taking over the world anytime soon. They do fucking sound retarded. That's for sure. But, if what they're saying is true, whenever that singularity thing happens, that's scary. But yeah, I don't think there's anything to be scared of right now. That's for sure. I agree with that. Let's see. Does it have to be scientific? You can always do something about art, movies, etc. But on other channels, of course. Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. Probably. Like, yeah, I suppose I could do like something on art that would probably still fit into this channel. You know, just being more of a science and history thingy. Movies, yeah, that'd have to be another channel. I agree with Melissa. What advancements have come from different wars would be an interesting series of videos. Yeah, yeah, definitely putting that on the list. Do a real life Schrodinger's cat. That would probably be flagged down for some sort of community violation. Myths created and abandoned. Isn't that like just religion or something? Project Orion was a plan to launch a heavy spacecraft using exploding nuclear bombs as a source of propulsion. Fascinating stuff. Right, right. I've when you mentioned it, I've heard about it, but it seems like it's so outlandish that it probably never got off the drawing board. But yeah, that's weird how they figured they would be able to get away with that. Let's see here. I'd like to see more history videos. Are you passionate about history? Yes, I am. I think it's really, really interesting. There's so much interesting stuff in history. So yeah. Melissa Rapp is back with the process of making alcohol. All right. Yeah, well, just get a still, right? I'm not sure you could actually make an instruction video on how to make alcohol and not have a community strike or something. They got a General Jack Ripper's back. They got as far as a full design study and demonstrated the principles with scale models, but never got funding for the entire project despite mathematical proof it would work. All right, let's see. I gotta check back what we were talking about there. Right. Okay. We're talking about the Project Orion. Let's see here. Undoom narrating the brewing distilling of alcohol would be interesting. Oh yeah. Each type of alcohol has its own method of brewing and cast use. Yeah, if you say so. I've never actually manufactured any booze of just like whiskey, man. Let's see here. You can get a quick introduction by Yahoo searching to Mars by A-Bomb. By Yahoo searching. Is that important? That's interesting. Like, I can't Google that. How that Google will just censor that stuff. Or are you saying that don't Google that because the Google thingy will send it straight to the NSA and you'll be flagged? Is that what you're saying? History of drug use. I'm not a big drug user, so I figure I'd probably leave that to someone who's into drugs. Actually, because that would be like me just talking about things I have no idea about. The Korean War. I've heard that before. I've heard people suggest that before. So maybe that's something I should look into. It's kind of a forgotten war. I mean, it was a huge thing back then, but nowadays everyone's like almost like it didn't even exist. It all gets overshadowed by Vietnam. Uh, and then you actually say it's actually called the Forgotten War. There we go. That's what I was. That's what I was thinking. And then Eddie Scientist Wannabe says the Korean War again. Here we go. Chemical warfare spans from ancient to medieval times to current terrorist tactics. Right, right. Yeah. What did they use in ancient times? Like, I have not studied anything about chemical warfare from that time. That's interesting. Like, what the fuck would they have? Hmm. Like, I suppose they could produce um, ammonia or something. That'd probably be a bad thing, but yeah, I have no idea. That would be something I'd have to look up. Alcohol is drugs. Okay, well, if you include that, then I've done drugs. Tunnel rats in the Vietnam War. Right. Yeah, those were some hard times. Some chemical things. I'd love to see such things. Well, like, I don't want to make it too technical since I'm not a chemist. So it has to be more about the concepts things. Yeah, but anyway, I got to get ready for a stream on my other channel, my main channel, right now. So I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to save all your answers here and put them on a list. So I have some stuff to do in the future, and I would like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you here soon again. So, thanks for watching.